to another episode of 1012 Talk. So as always, I'm Coach Herb, and then we got a special guest for you.
Coach Neil, job training coordinator for 1012.
Yeah, and so we're going. Before we get right into it, we got a few announcements for you guys. So this Saturday, it'll be the last Saturday to sign up for game day jobs. So if you're looking for a game day job, if you want to get paid while you're here, while you're at there on Saturday, while you're already there, if you don't got nothing better to do than watching the games, might as well work, get paid money, and make sure you talk to Coach Neil. He has an application for you, and he'll also let you know how you can earn up to $20.
Up to $20.
Up to $20 an hour for just working at the games that you're already there. So that's what I'm saying. If you're already there, might as well get paid to be there. And then next Thursday, we got a special league night for you guys, so make sure you guys look out for that. We'll talk about that at league night tonight, but make sure you guys are always up to date on our Instagram page. We make sure we keep you guys up to date with all of that, all of our posts, schedules, the verse, and any exciting info we got coming up for you guys is on Instagram. So make sure you turn those notifications on. Make sure you guys are following us. And then this Saturday will be the last Saturday for roster locks. So coaches, captains, players, if you still have guys that want to sign up or that's looking for a team, if you're not sure your roster is full, make sure you come see me, or make sure you come and ask your coach and let them know, hey, we got guys that still want to sign up, and we'll be able to get them on teams. But this is the last week to do so rosters will lock next Saturday. And then before we get into our matchups from last week and this week, just while we got Coach Neil here on the show, can you talk about the Game Day Jobs program and what it all entails?
Well, the Game Day Jobs program is an opportunity for men like you, young men like you, to gain characteristics, good work ethics that you can utilize in the workforce when you leave high school or leave college, get into the job. Understanding the importance of an interview, knowing what to wear at the interview, knowing how to speak, certain things that Coach Ryan had talked about in the video, integrity, being where you need to be, not just on time, but 15 minutes before the shift, things of that nature that's going to help you be successful and efficient in your personal career. So what we do is we employ you through on the game days, and you do stuff from between scoreboard, stats, camera, video. We have our own media crew where you can build a career with media. But the key thing is to put dollars in you guys' pockets, honest money, but also just teach you certain things, attention to detail, being focused, paying attention, and actually taking pride in everything that you do. So, that's the Game Day Jobs in the SNP.
Yeah, I like it. And just to speak to that, we've had guys who had other jobs outside of 1012, guys that's been able to get internships, guys that's been able to get 9-to-5 full-time paying jobs, and guys that been able to kind of start their careers, and it all started with the groundwork and foundation they did at our Game Day Jobs program. So please, if you're interested in working in general, finding a career, finding a job, Coach Neil is the guy to see. And all they do, come see you and fill out an application, right?
Come fill out an application for Game Day Jobs. But I just want you guys to know, outside of Game Day Jobs, if you need help trying to find a job, if you need help, getting documents, ID, stuff like that, I'm the guy you come to. Careers, if you want to get an HVAC, plumbing, if you want to be a pilot, I have so many relationships with different people to get you in the job, get you in the career, military base, whatever it is. And just want to throw something else out there. On October 20th, we're having the banquet.
Yep.
Man, I'm looking for 15 guys, and I got a total of about 7, 8 right now. So if you want to make good money, decent wage, get a nice fit, your suit, you drip good on us, and actually be a part of 1012, man, come see me this weekend. Let me know that you're interested in working and doing the stuff that we have and plan for the silent auction banquet night. And, it'll be a good time.
Yeah, for sure. And like you said, I've seen with my own two eyes this man. Someone asked him to get him a job one day. The very next day, within 24 hours, they have a job or they have something lined up where they have an opportunity to have a job, work, and get money in their pocket. So Coach Neal is the guy to see for sure. And so before we get a little bit about the game, just want to talk to you about this is your first year with 10-12. Did a football season, and this is your first basketball season going into it. What does kind of 10-12 mean to you? What does this job, what sticks out at this job more than, any other job you probably had?
My passion, the passion of working along with you guys, actually having something that we're doing something for and we're actually seeing make a difference. Yes, not even a full year yet, but just building a relationship with our young men. Me being from Baltimore, growing up in Cherry Hill, we don't have a lot of organizations like this. And, you guys can actually look around between myself, Coach Herb, Coach Trell, Coop, and Jeff, and even some of the volunteers. And you can't tell me that you don't feel the love. And that's the great thing here is that, you're loved by us. We check on you and see how you're doing. You tell us you need, prayer, something's going on in your life. We're all going to be praying for you and pointing you in the right direction. So for me, it was the substance, just feeling good on the inside of what I'm doing and seeing, slowly but surely the change being inflicted in some of these guys' lives.
Yeah, for sure. And I feel that same exact way. Like the love I've never experienced at 10-12. And like just the fact that you have, positive men from the community telling them that they love you. In me growing up, like I've never heard that from that many men in one area, in one space of like, yo, I love you, I care for you, and I care about your life. I care about you, whether you can score 20 points or you're injured the next day. Like, I care about your life. And I think that really speaks to, what you brought to the table and what 10-12 continues to keep bringing to the table. But yeah, let's get into some basketball action. So this being your first year, seeing the basketball at 10-12, and then last week, I don't think we've seen like every team at full strength yet. Maybe the Wolves, maybe a few other teams, but anything that sticks out to you. So we always have, I'll make sure I get the staff on, but we always have like the staff pick their championship team. But from you, I want to hear who you think is going to win the championship. And if you can narrow it down right now, I know it's hard. Not every team's been at full strength, but if you can name 4 teams that you think are going to battle it out for like our Final Four.
All right, so the first disclaimer, my game day job, guys. If I don't pick your team, man, don't be mad at me. I still, Coach Neal still
they
love
don't care for none of that. They gonna let you have it regardless.
It's all good. So being a head JV basketball coach, my first pick is the Timberwolves, man. They got a nice, energetic coach. And I believe, they're just learning how to play. You know what I mean? Outside of them, I think the Rockets look pretty good. They got some depth on their bench. Some of the guys look good there. I would love to see the Pacers get there because Pacers have bodies, but they're trying to figure it out right now. So my top 4 would be the Wolves, the Rockets, the Bulls, and I like the Knicks.
Knicks.
Not from New York, man, but I like the Knicks.
Okay, so no Nuggets? Wow, that's a surprise. No Nuggets in his top 4. And so you talked about the Wolves a little bit. Is that your championship pick?
I think that's my championship pick, man. They look good, man. I mean, they run the floor. And one of the things that I like about them, they listen to their coach. Even if they don't agree with it, they're coachable. So they listen to their coach. And, you played basketball overseas. You know how important that is.
Yeah, for sure.
To buy in.
To buy in, chemistry for sure. So, well, I mean, if a lot of people had to bet their money on it, they might do the Wolves because, one, a home court advantage. Those are Robert C. guys for sure. And 2, like you said, they've been playing together for a while, for sure. And 3, just that tie with Coach Melvin, you know what I mean? He's seen them, when they were babies, and now they're fully, you know what I mean? Like, they got guys that were, like, rising stars the past 2-3 years to now, like, they're going, like, I can't remember which twin it is. I think it might be Todd, but they got captains on their team now, who came in at 13, 14, and so... Yeah, I think that's a solid pick.
So I'm gonna put the spin on the show today because I don't know if anybody put you in the hot seat.
Oh nah, they usually don't. Coach Jeff used to, but go ahead. I think I'm ready for it.
What are your top four? Who do you see?
Oh man, so I did a top four last week. Last week with Marcus, and I cannot remember my top four. So I already know I'm gonna get chewed out if it changes this week. But Wolves for sure. I think Nuggets for sure. I think I threw. I'm gonna go Nets. Nets have a pretty solid team, and then Wolves, Nuggets, Nets. Yeah, after this week, I gotta put Rockets in there. Rockets for sure. I think they have some chemistry. Guys have been playing together, and out of that one, it's hard to bet against champs, man. So Nuggets went undefeated last year. Okay. Obviously not happening this year. They already lost.
Took a L, yeah.
But man, it's hard to go. I same thing you said about the Wolves. Same thing you can say about the Nuggets. I mean, those guys. They got guys that train year round. Coach Adams, same thing. Been with them since they were babies. And they're from Lillian, so not too far away. Like that still feels like home, Nuggets come in with their fan base as well.
Yeah,
for sure. So, man, yeah, you threw me in a hot seat. I gotta go. Man, I'm gonna go Nuggets. Just yeah, I think we haven't seen them at full strength yet, and when push comes to shove, I think calm under pressure. I think is what wins championships. Obviously, definitely defense for sure. But I think they're going to stay composed. And, if they're, up by 20, down by 20, they know what it takes to get themselves going again. You know what I mean?
Well, there you have it. So, Nuggets here, the Wolves. We can rewind this back championship week.
Hopefully,
and see, I guess I'll be Stephen A. You be Shannon Sharp.
Yeah,
we see who win it. So
yeah, we'll definitely bring Coach Neal back championship week.
Got you.
So moving into this week, we got some matchups, some really good matchups this week. Let's see, we got 9:30 game, which is always whoever shows up, whoever gets their first five there usually gets the dub. But we got the Timberwolves versus the Celtics. So let's see. I think I have a feeling of who you're gonna take in this game. But I'm gonna let you decide who you take in this game.
I'm gonna allude back to something you said at the beginning. We haven't seen all the teams, full staff, with all their guys on there. But the Timberwolves, I can say most of their guys been there. And it seems like they're adding a couple more pieces. So I have some faith in them that they, most of their guys will be there at 9:30, and I got the Wolves winning that one.
The Wolves winning that one, yeah, for sure. And I don't like going with them too much. They give me a lot of crap. The Wolves probably talk the most trash to me out of anything. But I gotta go with them. I gotta go with the Wolves off of home court advantage. They live at Robert C. So they gonna be there. And then their chemistry is rocking right now. I think that Nuggets win kind of sparked something in them. Like, yo, this can be our year. And then off of this last week, they played pretty well as a team. They had a really rough first half, but like you said, they listened to Coach Melvin, and he gets them back on track, and they're going to have a really good second half.
I tell you, the challenge this week is going to be they're going to be out there star power forward or center Ciandre. He won't be playing this week. So it's going to be interesting to see how they uphold themselves and, compose themselves.
Yeah, and Celtics still got about 3-4 guys that we haven't seen yet. So if they show up, and they might be something.
Upset.
And shout out, Coach Sean has a basketball background as too. Coach Daniel's been 10-12 for about 4 or 5 years now. So they know the game. So yeah, depending on who shows up, it's still going to be a good game. But gotta go with what we see, in the Wolves right now. But this 10:30 game, it probably has the potential to be game of the week. We got the Nets and we got the Knicks. So the two teams that are still trying to figure themselves out. Again, haven't been at full strength. I think we've seen most of the Knicks roster. Nets still miss guys here and there. I think Tank showed up a few times. Didn't show up last week. So who you rocking with in this one?
Man, see, this is so NBA for you guys. For one, you got the Battle of New York, you know what I mean?
For sure,
Brooklyn and New York. And then, to even, tickle your fancy, you got Tank that didn't come, is he the next Kyrie Irving that didn't show up in Boston? I don't know, man, but it's hard to go against the Nets. Hopefully he shows up. The Knicks are starting to look good, slowly but surely. I think once they find out what their identity is, and their key thing is they have to play team basketball. But with that, I'm going to have to go with the Nets this week.
Okay, the Nets for sure. And I think this is like this is also could be like the battle of the MITs, and not just the aspect of basketball. But when I think of MITs, Jeremiah and Brendan, those two are like the most vocal and the most like being leaders and the most talking. And I think it's going to be a good matchup between those two of if they guard each other or not, you know what I mean, and what that comes down to. But I think the Knicks have it a little more together than the Nets right now. Nets have that solid and Noah that showed up, big solid guy that's going to hold down that paint for sure. But the Knicks showed that they can shoot the basketball. They have some guys that can make threes, so that 2-3 defense might not be as easy as it was against their last week matchup. But I think the Knicks have a few more pieces to really like stay composed and win this game. So I think like 10-12 basketball, it comes down to free throws, man, and who's going to hold the basketball and not turn the ball over. And I think the Knicks understand that from last year, where they were just a turnover-prone team, to now, like Elijah at that point, understanding how to take care of the ball a little more. I think the Knicks are going to win this one by a very small margin. I think it's going to come down to one-on-one, like. Whichever team's missing free throws is going to have it's going to be down, and I think the Knicks are going to find a way to win this one. So.
Or it could be whatever MIT won is the most.
Yeah,
Brendan was dogging last week, man. So maybe he might come back with that same passion. But good pick.
So you got the Nets, I got the Knicks, and then next we got another good game, 11:30 game. Lakers, who we haven't seen at full strength yet. We've seen about 4 or 5 guys. And then Cavs team, who, man, I'm just like, I have no idea what this Cavs team is going to look like. Their roster looks pretty good on paper, but they gotta actually show up and follow through. So who you liking in this one?
Man, this week, like you said, both of these teams don't have no identity. We're trying to figure out what they're doing. The Lakers look like they're trying to get themselves together. But, I would love to see the Cavs do something good here. This week, flip of the coin, I think I'm going to roll with the Lakers. Only because I'm a Lakers fan. It's hard to go against them. But I think the Lakers, might pull it out. So, Coach, you know who you are. Talking to you, Coach. Get there, get your guys ready. Get that Lakers win.
For sure. I think we all know who you're talking to. For sure. But I think the 10-12 Lakers is going to be one of your favorite teams, too. Once you see them at full strength and the way they get going behind Coach Kenny and Coach Eric, they play like dogs, And I feel like they either win the game or they're going to win that defensive battle for sure. They never lose both. So, I'm excited to see them. Cavs, we saw Damo play really well as an MIT. Leon Kane, still waiting to see Vondo. Still waiting to see a few other Cavs players. But overall, I think they look solid. I'm going to go Cavs in this one. Just because, one, I feel like their guys are ready to show up for sure, and I think at full strength, adding Damo to that mix, who knows how to drive and kick, I think the 3 ball is going to be what tells the story in this game, and I think the Cavs shoot it a tiny bit better than those Lakers, but yeah, we'll see. So I'm gonna go with Cavs in that one, and then we got who do we got? Next one. Oh, we got Pacers versus a Nuggets team. So I think this game might be pretty good too. Pacers team. So I think we've seen them at full strength.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. They have a full lineup. And then we've seen Nuggets, who 7, 8, 9 guys been showing up. So not at full strength, but I think we've seen like the bulk of who's gonna carry them for sure. So who you taking in this one?
Man, them Nuggets, it seem like they've been adding some pieces from Poly that I think that's been coming over there. So last week they definitely looked better than they did their first week. And their coaches starting to develop a good relationship with those guys. The Pacers, I would love to see them ball, but I just don't think they're quite there yet. I don't know chemistry wise what they need to do more. Identity. Are they going to go inside to the big man? Are they going to be a shooting team? Definitely lack of identity in their defense. So this week, I'm gonna have to go with those Nuggets.
Okay, yeah, just for this week only. So, but yeah, I think I'm gonna go with the same. I think Nuggets know who they are. They know what they're good at. They know what they're not good at. So they know what to stay away from. Whereas Pacers still trying to figure out that identity. I feel like Pacers can sneak into that Final Four spot if things get rolling. I think they can fit into that Final Four spot. I think. I would like to see the Pacers embrace the defensive side of the ball a little more. Mm-hmm. Offensively, like you never know where it's going to come from with those guys because they got guys that can score and guys that can move the basketball. But defensively, if they're like, yo, at the end of the day, like no matter what, like we're going to lock up and we're going to stop teams from scoring. I think that's what's going to drive them. And I don't think they're there yet to stop the Nuggets from doing what they want to do.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna go Nuggets in this one. And then the 1:30 game, last game, which also want to remind you guys, if you play the last game, we got pizza and drinks for you guys after that game. Well, between the Rockets, who you kind of seen almost at full strength, and and the Bulls, who are still missing a few pieces, but we saw a good chunk of them as well. So who you liking in this one?
In this one, it's tough, but just straight to the point, I like the Bulls, man.
Oh, okay.
Spanky came and he was just showing me some stuff, man. So hopefully, I don't know if they were full staff yet, but if they have a couple pieces coming in, and Spanky, this pressure's on you, man. Put the team on your back. Go get a W, man. I mean, you told me you that guy, so you got to show me that.
Oh, for sure. He wouldn't stop telling me that he had 19 last week for sure, and he definitely did play pretty well. I think he can even play better, which is crazy. But Tyrone's also a good piece for them. And they also have chemistry. I don't know if Calvin's he's been there. I don't know if he's going to put on a Bulls jersey or not. We're still waiting to see that. And then they added Chris, who's also a Robert C. guy. That's with them. So it'll be interesting what they see, what they look like with 5. But seeing that they probably will get new pieces this week, I'm gonna have to go with the Rockets, who kind of know who they are, man. They got some guys that have been playing together, school ball, things like that. And man, shout out to Coach Terrell. Coach Terrell got those guys rocking right away. I feel like they just came in and listened to him right away. One, they came in late, so they kind of just had to get on the jersey and do that thing. But I think Coach Terrell, I think they respect him enough to know, like, yo, he has a basketball background. He knows what he's doing. And so we're going to listen to him, and I think he's going to find a way to win. No disrespect to Coach Ham and Coach Calvin over there. We just haven't seen your team. We just haven't seen 5 or 6. We don't know if you got hot heads coming. We don't know. And we never know what Spanky might be cold, coming in the game. We never know. He's still very streaky. So,
well, I would say, we quarter way through the season right now?
Yeah,
quarter way through the season, Coach of the Year is Coach Ham, man. Last week, Coach Ham had... he was coaching against the Celtics, and it was personal with him. Like, even clapping for his team. So, Coach Ham, get your guys to that win this week, man.
So, yep, you heard it from Coach Neal, Coach Ham. Get that win. But if, you still have that love for me and you, you can toss away this week and, come back stronger next week for sure. And then, so those are our picks for this week. And as always, we want to talk just a little bit about the game day verse. So the game day verse comes from Psalm 119, and it says, "You knit all the delicate parts of me in my mother's womb. You knew me before I was born." And Coach Neal, kind of depict that a little bit for us, for our young men. What does that verse, mean to you?
Well, man, as you guys know now, I always, especially when stuff ties to me personally, I always hit home. For it to be authentic and for guys to understand, like, this guy's not making that up. As I shared with the guys, I found out as I was growing up that I was adopted. And for a while, I kind of beat myself up against it. And actually, I was upset with God. Like, how could you, allow my mom to give me up for adoption? Never met my mom, never met my dad. And when I look back at it now, and honestly, this has probably hit me maybe about a month ago. Like, God does everything for his own reason. So even in that situation, he knew what was going on. And it was my wife that actually brought it up to me, and she said, think of it as your mom gave you up for adoption because she knew that it was somewhere better else for you to be, and she was struggling with drugs and, things of that nature, a lot of the stuff that's boundaries and obstacles for guys in Baltimore. So when I looked at it like that, she brought me in this world, but she put me somewhere where I could be loved and taken care of. It just speaks that even when that happened, God knew what he was doing, and he knows, each and every step we're going to take. He knows where we're going to fall, where we're going to, I don't even want to use fail because, fail is when you don't get back up. So, it's more so when we fall and he's there to pick us up. So even when we were in the womb, before we could, even speak, he knew what he had destined for us and he knew what he had planned for us. And once I understood that, it's like everything happens for a reason. So the thing to myself is when things happen, even things that I don't plan or things that could be, a bump in the road to myself, I try to seek and find what's the lesson that I'm learning from it.
Yeah.
Because, with God, it's all about having that intimate relationship with him, but also learning the lessons, not making the same mistakes over and over again.
Yeah, for sure. And the theme of this season is the word purpose, And just like I think this verse speaks, exactly to that word of purpose of like God created you for a purpose, and there's a reason, there's a purpose for why he brought you where he brought you out of, and I think there's a reason why there's a purpose to why all of the young men are, with us this season, and so, yeah, our goal is for you to really find that purpose, in a healthy, positive, uplifting way, and for you to live it out for the rest of your lives so that even when you're not with us, you're reminded of God's love, God's grace, and God's mercy for you, and why he knit you together, knit all the delicate parts of you in your mother's womb before you could even think a thought. God was like, yo, I'm going to use him for this purpose, and hopefully we we can help you guys reach that, So, yeah, excited to see you guys Saturday, and I'm going to pray us out. So again, dear Heavenly Father, just thank you for all the young men involved in this season. Thank you for just where you brought us, Lord, and where you're bringing us into, Lord. And I pray for all our young men to just figure out their purpose that you have for them in their lives, Lord. And continue to bless this season. I pray we all have fun. And just bless all the surrounding parts of Saturday and what it looks like to do that job well. And we praise you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
All right. See you guys.